Who dares defy me?
They are the villains. Ordinary people on the wrong side of justice.
Oh, yes, I was groomed to be an astronaut. And then the monkey. The monkey took my rightful place!
Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the Villains Only podcast. In today's episode, I am joined by my good friend, co-owner of Villainous Gaming, Dr. Siege, and our two amazing coaches for the Las Vegas Villains, Skips and Red Eyes.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Skips, Red, and Mark.
I'm tired.
We chilling tonight.
Yeah, we're chilling.
I'm exhausted.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
We're all there, I think, including myself.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about. So let's first talk about how y'all's expectations for this coming up season for the MW2 beta and how the gameplay works. I want to get y'all's input on that.
Skips, you want to start or you want me to start that?
I can start it. Well, let's see. So I know towards the end of last year, definitely I know a lot of people are frustrated with Vanguard, but this game's going to be a much steeper learning curve. There's no slide canceling, anything like that. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm expecting there to be, I wouldn't say more struggles, but just different struggles than we had last year. There's definitely going to be a whole thing with the movement, the guns, all that stuff. There's a lot more customization. So I'm not quite sure if there's going to be, like set class and stuff like that. But I'm expecting the guys I know the guys want to put in a lot of time. And I'm expecting us to be able to grind this out a little bit more. I know it seemed like last season, still discombobulated at times. But we've got a little more stability going into this season. Starting fresh into the season, starting earlier. So it'll give us more time to practice, get things set up, everything like that. Hopefully we can get some sort of regulated practice scrim schedule going, or at least the practice schedule doesn't necessarily scrim. Scrims are always nice, but I know not everybody can do them on a regular basis. But I'm hoping that if we can get the team all on the same page, watch some VOD together, actually have time to put in the practice, and even just going over stuff in like custom games, going over maps individually. I'm hoping TAC maps will work with this game. I hope they update that, because TAC maps is something that we haven't used necessarily in the past to a huge extent. I remember using it like one time last year, just because we were going over some VOD, and we were trying to figure out spawns in Vanguard will pack. Spawns this year are also going to be a little more crazy, so I'm hoping that we can get some more VOD, use tech maps a little bit more, talk more about strategies in depth, rather than just kind of be like, yeah, we practice as a team, we get teamwork because we've just played a long time together. And I think that'll definitely help, but I'm really hoping that we can talk more strategies and really push this team to the next level that I think that we can be.
Yeah, and on the practice schedule thing, I know, Red, you were actually working on some stuff earlier. You want to talk about that and, what you're looking forward to at this season, and as far as that goes, practice schedules, stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to a lot. I'm looking forward to it because, first off, it's a new team for me. I'm just joining on. By the way, I'm the new assistant coach. There is no assistant head coach. I ended up making a couple scrims and scheduling those out. One is against the LA Glitch, which, as you guys know, is also part of our organization. That is Tuesday at 10 o'clock at night. I don't know who from here is going to be able to make it. But that is our first. Did I say Tuesday or Wednesday?
It is Wednesday. And
Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And then we have another scrim Thursday at 10 o'clock, and that's against the Milk Boys, who are not part of the league, by the way.
Oh, that's a fantastic name. I just want to say, like
The Milk Boys.
the
Yeah,
Milk Boys.
they're gonna deliver gallons of death.
That just makes me think about like the 50s. In the movies with the milkman, people bringing the milk, things to the door.
You know what's crazy? The name sounds like those old 1960s greaser gangs.
Oh yeah.
The Milk Boys. Oh man. But yeah, no. So our first practice is Monday at 9:30. I want to kind of schedule it at 9:30 at night because I feel like a lot of y'all can make that. I'm not sure about you, CJ.
It's mainly about what's been going on in my personal.
Right.
And a lot of things are just ear to ear right now. I'll probably talk more on it in my YouTube channel as I start pumping out some content in a few weeks.
Content boys.
I'm also a content creator under Villainous Gaming. I have a Twitch and a YouTube channel. YouTube is kind of but my Twitch is where I mainly live stream. I'll probably end up live streaming, if we want to live stream scrims, we can live stream scrims. If we don't got to. I recommend no.
We might do
because live streaming scrims, you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to give away our game plans.
Yeah, we can stream the Vanguard ones that we're doing this coming week.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Alright. Yeah, Vanguard I don't care about.
As far as this is where I'm at as a player, and as a player, I have no problem getting, when it comes to scrims, maybe some clips out of the scrims and posting those as content. And it's mainly just saying full gameplay. Because we're going to be discussing a whole bunch of stuff, especially in between. Talking about what we did wrong, what we could do better, and talk about stuff from the next round.
I will say for this game, this is different. I said this to Marksman, and I've said this to Skips. This is not Vanguard. This is not Cold War. This is not even. I wouldn't even say this is MW19. You could have some comparabilities to it, both games, but this game is on a different level. I personally don't really remember the last time I played a Call of Duty like this. Skip says he's got experience in this type of COD, so I'm grateful to know that he's going to be able to put a lot more time into his head coaching position, which also gives me a little bit of more confidence going in because now I know I'm not the only one that's dealing with this.
So I love this game already.
See, that's what I like to hear. He loves this game already.
I love this game.
It seems like a position heavy game, not much movement going on.
You just gotta learn to slide cancel.
They just need to up the TTK.
Yeah.
Make it longer. Yeah, that would be nice. But once you learn to slide cancel, oh my gosh.
Oh, Shotzi already figured it out.
Oh, I got it. I've been slide canceling all morning.
You have?
Before I went to work, I was running around slide canceling.
Good. You can teach our team. You can tell us the tactics.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, I got it down a week ago.
Good. We're gonna use that a lot.
Yeah, it's not camera breaking, but it increases your movement speed significantly, and it allows you to pull your gun up so much quicker. Mm-hmm. I've won so many gunfights. Also, slide canceling around corners and stuff like that, just because it works. Like, you catch people off guard because I see someone sliding. I was like, oh, freak out. Oh, wait.
I will say, though, it's not as, at MW2 of Vanguard, you're slide canceling a lot during the map for movement. No, it's it's not as effective. It's not as smooth as that. So it's a different kind of slide cancel. It's more
Yes. It
tactical.
takes a little, yeah, it takes a little bit to use. So it takes a little bit to get used to, and it's not like, oh, I'm going to slide cancel into every gunfight kind of thing.
Right, right.
It's more of an evasive tactic from what I've seen.
Yes.
Kind of like how Ghost was with slide.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, now that you mention it, the movement in this game does seem similar.
Oh, the movement's very similar to Ghosts. The meleeing is significantly better. You're not sitting there like, let me stab this man with my knife and then waiting forever. Yeah,
Right.
That was sometime.
that was atrocious. But it is not like that. So the melee is the same as it has been, where you can just like rapid fire punches kind of thing. But I am so far, get a little frustrated sometimes. But so far playing the beta, I haven't gotten as frustrated with this game as like I know it's got a really fast TTK. But like with Vanguard, there were times where it's like you'd go get engaged in a gunfight and just instantly melted. Just like, what the world just happened? Or like you'd go someone slide cancel around the corner and just absolutely melt you regardless if you're pre-aiming. This game, regardless if you like shooting straight, if you can shoot straight, great, because you will melt people. And there's no bloom in this game. Thank God.
Well, especially with like how bloom, but like especially if you happen to have like really accurate centering. From what I've seen.
Yeah. If you can center, there is
The
one.
hip fire is insane in this game.
It's the hip fire is insane. Which makes sense because it's slightly more realistic.
Oh yeah, hip firing in real life, you're supposed to have slight more accuracy.
Oh yeah.
Because you're holding with two hands, and you're not holding the gun up. You're holding it to your side. So in reality, you're supposed to have a steadier grip.
But one thing I have noticed that I have been a little frustrated with is there were times the hit flinch in this game is a little hit or miss. Because you can aim at someone just in the chest or at the head, something like that, and out of the recoil, but hit flinch or whatever, you can shoot, and then your gun will immediately go up to the right or above their head, and it's like, what? Which is a little frustrating. I don't think it's all recoil,
Right.
because I've definitely been able to shoot someone at that range before and been fine. And I think it's a little bit more of the hit. Like, I think there's actually hit flinch in this game again, which hasn't been a thing since, like, Black Ops 2 had toughness, right? Has there been? I don't think there's been any other game where hit flinch has been something like that. Yeah, I don't think. Has there been? I don't think there's been another game that's had.
I wouldn't know.
There's 2 or 3 CODs with toughness, and then like stuff similar to toughness, but
Yeah.
So like I believe it was BO2 that first introduced it.
I have a question for all three of you. What's y'all take on potentially capture the flag being the third game mode?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Yes.
think we're all
I'm hyped for it.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you right now, if you think y'all are impressed with like what y'all seen on any of my game modes,
I'm hyped for capture the flag.
I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped
As
for
long as
it.
we don't have domination, we'll be fine. Domination atrocious.
Yeah.
Dude,
Control is
you
the
know
big
what's
one.
funny about domination is an easy strategy to win it.
You just
Yeah, it's just
can't see where you
boring.
can't.
Just hold 2 of the 3 points the entire time. So basically hold A and B, say fuck you, C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I'm
it's that,
responsible.
yeah, right.
Sorry
Which is
about the
why it
language,
was one of the
Twitter,
most- It was
YouTube,
one of the most boring
wherever.
game modes to watch in MW19.
Yeah,
So boring.
Domination's just not fun to watch or play.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a fun game mode to watch. I fall asleep playing it sometimes, so
Yeah, it's,
I mean, I'm good with hardpoint, search and destroy in CTF.
Right. Yeah, I think if we get capture the flag this year, our team will be,
Oh.
a pretty decent for third game mode.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I don't want to jinx us, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna
Then
say
don't.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Imagine the routes that I would end up running with the flag.
I got
You get
confidence
so
update.
creative.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I play kind of weird within the game, but it works, But if I figure out like I can probably come up with some routes pretty quick as far as like, oh, okay, I got a flag, I'll go this way, and then I'll go through like 4 or 5 different parts of the map to capture,
Oh yeah, especially in this
And-
game, there's so many little you can go through. Like,
I don't know a lot of like what the strengths and weaknesses of this squad is yet, so I can't exactly put points of emphasis on practice. But I will say that I do find that the 2 points of emphasis I always want to keep on the table is making sure hardpoint rotations are done correctly. Not waiting till 0 to rotate it 15 to 20 seconds, get to the next point, set up, get there before the enemy does, because if you don't get there before they do, there's a good chance they're going to take that, they're going to hold that. The second point of emphasis I always want to keep on the table is on defense and S&D. I hate it when people push. I hate it, especially on defense. I always say 2 go B, 2 go A. Make reads. Watch the points, make the reads, make the callouts, and then strike.
So there's okay. This is where my mind is. Right now, Mark and Skips know very well about my heart. They know what.
Like I said, I don't know yet what y'all strengths and weaknesses are, so.
But you see me sometimes rotate at 30 seconds. Depending on like what the type of rotation it's looking at. Of course, we don't know what the rotations are looking like. I don't think. Well, at least I don't. I'm not going to be really put emphasis on. But as far as like the S&D, okay, so with defense, I slightly disagree with you. More on the fact that there are certain times when you just need to change it.
Right.
Just right off the rip. And that's a judgment call. That's a complete judgment call.
Right. And it's based on.
Well, I'm not
too.
saying one person can't go hunting.
Yeah, I get what you mean. You don't want.
I'm saying
defense,
free
you don't want
sip.
anyone
I don't
running.
want.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone getting all egotistical and going in and challenging everybody, and then the whole team gets wiped in 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a Vanguard spawn kind of problem where people would just decide that I'm gonna take everything. We're gonna push up the map and give up a bomb site. It's not necessary, and we all especially the way this COD seems. To stay back and position yourself well is going to benefit you instead of pushing.
Vanguard's giving me PTSD.
Yeah.
S&D is going to be it's so slow in this game.
That's how I like it, slow.
Let me ask you this: how do you think I'm going to do in that game?
We will see. I will be very curious.
How do you? Who? CJ?
Yeah. I'll be
How do I think you're gonna do? I mean, if you're really considering that role change, then I think you're gonna do great. I think you're gonna do great as an SMG too. Regardless, I've seen clips of like, dude, you can shred. You shredded last year. You're gonna shred this year. Regardless of what position you're playing.
Well, I'm asking more in the sense Skips has seen my gameplay since MW. Granted, that was me coming back after a 4-year break from gaming in general. I not really before.
I think so. Considering how well you did in MW, I don't know if an SMG necessarily will be the thing for you to run in this for Surge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you remember how I had to play Surge in MW. I had to run an AR or sniper to like force myself to slow down. Otherwise, I would just run it every time.
Right.
And I think it's going to be similar, especially right into that. It's going to be like that just so that people actually learn to slow down. Because Vanguard was like, gotta go fast, and like that was it. And
Yeah.
you could post up, clear bomb site, and then you could channel everything. And if you could slide cancel, you could just break people's cameras. You could challenge everything you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
As long as like you could move as a team and move effectively, you were free to run. But this game, the fact that it is so much slower with how, like, your gun comes up and like you're not really going to be slide canceling, and how loud the footsteps are. Oh my gosh, the footsteps sound like you're a giant slipping around with a bunch of random people. It'll be a little bit of a curve. I think you could go back to running an SMG, but I definitely think it would be beneficial, not just you, but for everybody in the org in general, to learn to play Surge with an AR, because we obviously don't know if snipers. I think snipers should be fine in this game. I'm not sure though. But I think it would be beneficial for people to learn. Like, even if you just go and run like 2v2s or 4v4, like just scrims and stuff like that, just have people pull out like 4 ARs or something like that. Just so it forces everybody to slow down, to really learn the angles, learn where people are going to be pre-aiming. Like, even if you just went in like a private match and you just ran around with a bunch of friends and people in the org, whatever, and we're just like, okay, we'll just take some time. We're not really trying, because I'm sure there's a way you can change the time limit and stuff like that. Just kind of set it up, go through the motions, see where the bomb sites are, see where spots you can watch bomb, good plant positions, see where people are going to be pre-aiming on offense, pre-aiming on defense, where the challenge spots are going to be, all that kind of stuff. Because this is going to be a much more team-focused game. And you can tell that just from how it's played. You can have one person, but that's not going to be enough anymore to win a game or something like that. This, like, the team aspect in this game is significantly higher than it has been.
Yes.
So I think it'll be good for the team once the game comes out to just go into a custom game, go through search, and like actually come up with strategies and play calls, rather than
absolutely
seat of your pants kind of thing. Like, oh, this round didn't work so well, so next round we'll just do this instead. But like actually go out like, okay, we've got this strat. If we go down to a 3v4, we know what we're going to do. If we're up in a 4v3, we got the main advantage. We're going to do this instead. Because communication, which I know that's a big struggle for us and has been, just because a lot of people, emotions get the better of people sometimes. Everybody gets frustrated. But communication is going to be huge in this game.
Yeah, I mean, personally, though, like, I get what you mean, like, and I agree with everything. But that's just kind of what our what would you say? What we did well in Cold War is what you just said. Like, we went through strategies, we took our time with things, we all did that. And the kind of part of Vanguard that costed us the most was the fast-paced nature. Kind of sucked us in, and then we just ignored that, and we thought we just come up with everything on the fly. And same with communication. All Cold War, our communication was towards the end was perfect. We were communicating everything we needed to. But Vanguard, the fast pace, we couldn't keep our heads on straight. We didn't have an IGL to help us with that. So this year, I think we'll be fine to slow down. Now, I don't worry about that. The communication, if the game plays how it has so far in the beta.
Yeah. And like I didn't see y'all in Cold War, so I don't know.
Yeah, like I said,
I didn't see
weren't
y'all
around
in
for
Cold War either.
Cold War, so
I have a
But-
whole bunch of.
yeah, you can watch Siege screaming at us on Cold War on his YouTube channel. Anyone who wants that.
Look, it worked for the best. But I
Yeah.
will say that's one of the reasons why I didn't take that step back. Because
So, does anyone think
it
any
makes things
maps
not
from
good.
the... Sorry.
Go ahead. I already said what I need to say.
Does anyone think any maps from the beta are going to make the cut for comp?
Couldn't tell you.
Hotel in the Market. Siege hasn't played it. I think. those are
Yeah,
the other two.
hotel and market. My museum.
No.
No, I
Maybe
wouldn't.
CTF Museum if they go psycho on us.
Maybe?
Because it's, it's kind of... Yeah, it's too big, though, in my opinion. The farm map,
Yeah,
no. I'm not doing another go-kart on that map,
Yeah, nope.
No. Yeah, you
That's
couldn't pay
fun.
me if that map is in anything I have to play.
If that map
I
is
agree.
hardpoint, sure.
And,
I can go hardpoint.
I could I would be okay with it, but it also would probably be the worst hardpoint map if they decided to go
Maybe.
that route. In
Yeah,
my
I could do hardpoint on that map. S&D is atrocious. It's way too small. And there are too many places where someone can sit there in the back of their spawn, post up with an M4 or something like that, and it's just it's terrible.
Yeah, it would definitely be Bocage 2.0 if that was in this year. So
I don't know if it'd be that bad because Bocage is pretty small.
I mean, it's 2.0. It's different, but it's still vibe wise. It's small. It's tight.
I feel like I'd compare it more to a shoot house.
But Shoot House wasn't calm. I get what you mean though, but yeah.
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 Shoot house. I miss shoot house. It was so
Yeah.
good for grinding camos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what do y'all think the meta weapons are gonna be?
Lockman sub.
Mm-hmm.
And
what about the Hurricane?
The SMG. Hurricane's not an SMG though. Hurricane's an AR.
I thought it was in the SMG thing.
I think it's technically in the SMG thing, but they might consider it an AR. But the
Because-
Lockman sub is better than the Hurricane.
Okay, I haven't unlocked. I mean, I pick them up off the ground and use them that way, but I haven't grinded this
Lockman
beta.
sub
So.
is-
Yeah,
I
it
definitely
seems
think
beefy.
they're both viable,
Mhm.
but I think the Lockman sub is better.
Yeah, and as far as ARs go, is it M4 again? although
It's
I
either
was
the
using-
M4 or the Lockman 556.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be the Lockman's kind of meta this
I
year.
think it might just be the Lockman side of the meta.
Because the other Lockman, the AR is just it's intense, man. I was using it. I was like, this is.
I seen Scump was using the Hurricane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scump use the Hurricane.
Yeah, I think
but-
it'll be a toss up, but I think the Lockman is a more balanced SMG from what I've picked
The
up. and
Lockman
used.
definitely, or the Hurricane has more range.
Yeah,
The Lockman sub has better damage at close range, though.
so
It definitely kills faster at a close range versus the Hurricane that you can basically use it. It's kind of like the Peacekeeper was from Black Ops 2.
I didn't use the other. I only used the M4 in the beta, so I wouldn't know what the other one was like at all.
yeah, it's crazy, but
See, do you remember the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2?
I do. I prefer
Dude.
the MSMC though.
Oh yeah. But so the Peacekeeper was supposed to be like that AR SMG hybrid of like SMG mobility AR range kind of thing. That's basically what the Hurricane is. It's got the AR range with the SMG mobility.
so would you see a meta where it's 3 guns and Flex would use the Hurricane, or do you think we're kind of past 3 gun metas anymore?
I definitely think we could have a 3-gun meta this year, just because, at least currently, there's quite a few viable weapons. And I mean, there's weapons that we haven't even been able to unlock yet because the max level for the beta is 30. So it might be something completely different. But I definitely think you can have like the Lockman 556 as your AR actually, it might end up being the M4. The M4s seem to have been built for a little bit longer range. So you have the M4 as your like main AR, just kind of sit back, hold spawns, that kind of thing. You can have the Lockman 5.56 because that can be built as an SMG, so it kind of ends up being like their Hurricane, just with it's a little bit slower. But I feel like you could have either the Hurricane if you want a faster flex, or you could have the 5.56 if you want a little bit slower, like if it's a little bit longer range map. And then you could have currently the Lockman sub, or again the Hurricane as your SMG. Or, I mean, you could probably go each version on the map using a freaking different gun. You could have your main AR using an M4. You could have your flex using the Lockman 5.56. You could have your entry SMG using the Lockman sub. And then you could have your Slayer SMG using the Hurricane. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous right now. It'll take a lot of time to work through everything to see what people think is the best. But I definitely think there's a lot more availability for at least a 3-gun meta this year.
I'll tell you right now, whatever the hell is going to happen is going to be crazy this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready for it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah, no.
So I already like this game, except for Farm. Don't like that map. Otherwise,
Farm 18 was. I don't like it either.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I think I'm getting excited for the new game and the season overall. But so was there anything, Siege? Any other topics you wanted to talk about? Anything you guys wanted to bring up through the, you know? I know Siege, you kind of been more on the quiet side. I didn't know if you were waiting to bring something up. If
I was just letting y'all talk on the MW2.
yeah, I know you haven't played
I
it
haven't
yet.
played it.
That is true.
yeah,
I
the
forget
open
sometimes.
beta
I've been
is released.
watching some gameplay.
Yeah, you can probably play tomorrow. I think open beta was. I don't know though.
Hopefully, I'd love to.
Yeah, but
okay, so
Kickoff celebration's coming up.
it is.
It's gonna be.
Which I want to ask this. Skips.
Mhm.
What are your expectations for Glitch and the main team? As far as the placements within the league, knowing how competitive the league is getting.
Definitely think last year. What did you say the average placing was last year?
for us, we were. I think we ended 10, but we were pretty much bottom 4 the whole year. Glitch was the same. I think they ended 9th. Just
That's
above
what
us.
I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was like bottom of the pack the whole year.
Yeah.
So if you're saying the team does better at slower games, and with the longer season potential, the better potential or greater potential to work through stuff more, actually plan stuff out a little bit better, work on things more, have a dedicated practice schedule, stuff like that. I am anticipating at least the middle of the pack, if not closer to the top team this year. I definitely don't think we could just like make a flat out jump like, oh, look at this. This is like they're great all of a sudden. No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen because that doesn't happen. But I definitely think this year, getting your word for that you guys play better in slower games, that we could definitely make a jump to like 5th, 4th,
Yeah.
5th, 6th, somewhere in there.
I was gonna say 5th.
Yeah, that's going to be the goal.
Right.
If we can make it there and consistently place around there, I mean, hey, maybe we can squeak in some top 3 kind of thing.
Right.
I will be very, very happy with how the season went, and I definitely think it'll help boost the confidence in general of the players when they can see that, oh, hey, look, we're actually doing better, we're succeeding more. So I think just as a whole, it'll be better for the team. And then I think we'll be able to place better as well this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We couldn't agree more.
Does that answer your question, Zeke?
It does. It answers a good 98% of it.
98% of it.
Damn,
Yeah,
what's the other
give it up
2%
to
for?
Just a mess with you.
That's
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I know your opinion about me stepping back from IGL this year. I know that very well.
Oh, my opinion on that?
Yeah, I know it. I know it. You wanted me to get back to it.
I know. I think it would be very beneficial.
yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes. 'Cause, like,
We'll see.
we haven't, as of 4, we
really-
haven't played a new game. It's just there's a lot of we have to work through at the break off. That's why we're gonna need to practice. Open communication.
So we running with no IGL this year?
No, we're not doing that. We just gotta figure
No, we're
out
not doing that.
roles. That's all. We
Alright.
can't. The way the new game is compared to last game, the way we got a new roster, it's just gonna
You're right.
take. It's gonna take a good couple weeks till we're down with exactly how we're gonna do it. Like I said, that means practice. That means meetings, VOD review, all the fun stuff that's not fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's how you improve. I feel like you improve most watching VOD review. I've learned so much more from VOD review than just playing by an exponential amount.
Oh, yeah.
Because comparing how I played before VOD review to now, after VOD review, it brings a whole nother aspect and level to your individual gameplay that you wouldn't suspect, and maybe point out some things on the team as well.
And being able to watch yourself play, because that was one thing I noticed when I was playing basketball. Between a player and being a coach, stuff clicks, and you can learn a lot more by being able to watch from the outside without being directly involved. So when you're playing, it's oh, I'm trying to make decisions in the moment, gotta go. But when you watch your VOD, it's oh, you can pause it, you can slow it down, you can go back, you can rewatch things. Oh, I could have done this differently, could have done this better. Or oh, I did this really well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I used to play baseball, and our coaches would record us different things we were doing, so you can break down certain things easier when you're out of the moment. So, and that goes the same with esports. There's nothing different. It's just a different kind of, sport.
One of the biggest things they tell you to do when you're playing baseball is record yourself in the batter's box and record your swing. The same goes for esports. You want to record yourself. You want to, always make sure your aim is on point. Always make sure your movement is good. Always make sure you're making the right decisions at the right time and where you need to be. By watching VOD, you can then make that judgment. Oh, was I where I need to be? Did I make the right decision? Yes or no? And then go ahead and fix that, make that adjustment.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up here?
I'm good on
I'm
mine.
good. I'm good on my end.
Okay.
Alright, that does it for episode 2 of the Villains Only podcast. Thank you guys for stopping by, and remember, check us out on Twitter at Villains Gaming, as well as check out our YouTube, and we're also on other platforms like Pandora, Spotify. Just give us a look and give us a follow. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.